are such an asshole.
Shark Taz. You guys know Shark Taz. He sent me 3 requests and some new intro music for the intro. And please go subscribe to his channel, Shark Taz, where he talks about sharks with the backdrop of jazz music that he makes. What? Huh? Yes. Go take a look after this. Obviously, fuck him. If you got it between me and him, obviously me first. And when I'm done here, then go to his channel. I mean, let's get our priorities right here. But yeah, if you want to chill out and relax and not be angry, like almost use it as meditation, check out his channel, Shark Taz, T-O-Z-S. No, T-O-Z. Sorry, T-O-Z. Shark Rights. And I'm glad this is an easy one, Shark. I'm glad this one's right over. This is a nice softball for me here. What do you and Arcady get together, put this one together? Greetings, old man. Looking for a philosophical cappy here. I would argue that your book, Curse of the High IQ, is your sleeper hit. I believe it explains so much more of human nature and why we are today or where we are today as a race and society when you sit down and think about it. A point you've made before is that humans are where we are today because less than 1% of our population throughout all of because of 1% of our population throughout all of human history. The reason I believe we're not further is because of things brought up in your book. Let's say someone in your audience named Bucky has a high IQ. We'll go with 130 to 140 and creates a system of some sort. They understand it, the logic behind it, and the problem it's supposed to solve. On paper and in practice, when used by Bucky, it works as intended. But then other people who aren't as smart get a hold of it because it makes money or makes the process of making money easier, and they fuck it up because they're not Bucky. You know what's sad, Shark? It's an aside. I'll get to your larger point. I'm in the 130s, low 140s, somewhere. What pisses me off is shit that is solidly 110 IQ, right? You don't need to be a genius, but there should be more than enough smart people that have got a 110 IQ and they still fuck it up. And you talk about it right there, a process in corporate America. Like, here's a technology, use it. Like, how many examples do you want? Why are there widgets in Windows 11? Because they hired this affirmative action fuck. Go look into Windows widgets. It's Clippy all over again. Just look into it. Why? Why did we listen to that person? Why do we make video games political? Regardless of the politics, why is it political? Why are you making products that don't work and hoping people keep buy them? Why are investors giving private equity groups money when there's a 60, 70, probably as we go further down the road, 80, 90% failure rate? Why did StreamYard come up with this thing nobody asked called Mars Camera? Why? On a very universal sense. Can you corporate leaders not understand a good product at a fair price? And no joke, not actively fuck over your clients. Why can the leadership of Vegas casinos, right? I'm not expecting you Vegas casino CEOs to have an IQ of 140. I'm not expecting that. You got to have 110. What can you not understand about stealing money by putting in false charges on people's tabs? Why? You see it, Shark. I see it. Why can't the 110 person IQ guy see that? That should be common sense. And what pisses me the fuck off is there's not enough okay, Elon Musk runs Tesla, but there's not enough super smart people to run every business. You got to rely on what you think are going to be reasonably smart people, and they're not that smart. And the armies of the managerial masses are just so effectively low IQ that the entire systems, even with the technology, fuck the technology. The technology, they can't understand it. They can't implement it. They can't run the fucking systems right, not to fuck over their clients. And we gotta rely on this system. Everybody does. Cars that nag you to death and go on autopilot and almost drive you off the goddamn road. marketing executives that, you know what we should do? We'd have a trans person come in here and market the not Miller Lite, the whatever beer it was that thought they wanted to go be political. You know what we should do? We should take Star Wars and turn it about black lesbians in wheelchairs. Like, fuck. Never wanted to be a hermit more in my life. And then today, if you watch my video earlier today, my entire day is just cleaning up corporations' messes, getting a new corporate card because my current corporate card don't work, getting health insurance because I was dropped 18 months ago and no one told me, waiting for the mechanics to fix a car. You can't be dumb and be a mechanic. You just can't. You have to have some intelligence. Doesn't mean you have to be on time or be thorough, though, right? You can be smart and lazy. And we all suffer. You know, goddamn, if this is what a 110 person does, I'd rather just go with the 85 IQ guy, and he'll be right half the time just by guessing. But then other people who aren't as smart get a hold of it because it makes money or makes the process of making money easier, and they fuck it up because they're not Bucky. You know what? You know, I apologize for keep going on. You know what this is? Tangents. You know what this is exactly it? It's AI. You just described AI, Shark. It's a technology that was made by incredibly intelligent people, and it's being implemented by the 110 fucktards of America to replace real human beings. Same people says, hey, I know what we should do. We should replace American engineers with Guatemalan engineers. We should replace the Stellantis engineers with a bunch of North African engineers and Moroccan. No offense to Moroccan people. You're not as good as Western engineers. Sorry. Let's outsource everything to India. Oh my God, did you know they're fucking it up? Did you know the Chinese are stealing our technology? Who would have thought? Like, apparently you 110 IQ people. That's what it is. They're going to fuck it up. They're going to fire a bunch of people who shouldn't have been fired. Replacing it with AI, bro. Number go up. When I hear that, like, oh, the number go up, you got to make the quarterly earnings. It's like, you are the problem. And I'm the biggest capitalist you're ever going to find, but you are so short. Why am I arguing with 110 IQ CEOs like, hey, buddy, you know what happens after the second quarter? The rest of the fucking history of your company. Do you know how many quarters come after the second quarter? All of them. The quarters you should be concerned about are not the first two in front of you. But number go up. Punch in the face. Punch in the face. Got no grace. Punch in the face. Number go up. Pow. And then the low IQ fuck in charge of Target, who's from the Bronx, who gained no street smarts apparently, who says, let's just make this the most woke trash company ever for Target. What the fuck, buddy? Like, I'm for gay people buying shit too. I want to celebrate gay day, right? Okay, not a whole fucking month, and don't make it your whole fucking identity. And maybe, I don't know, don't sell gay shit to kids. But number go up. Replacing AI with leveraging our synergies. I say good things. Stock market reward me now. Punch in the face. Punch in the face. Oh, no disgrace. In Minecraft, we do not endorse violence here at Cappy Cap. We do not endorse violence. Don't have to. They're all going to get fired anyway. The company's going to go bankrupt. Right, Kathleen? It's like that moment from Iron Man. That's why Tony Stark's on the cover. It's like that moment from Iron Man where the scientist says, sorry, sir, I'm not Tony Stark. But most people are too stupid and or have too big of an ego to admit they're not Tony Stark, or Bucky in this case. I believe that big Excel spreadsheet you made in banking when you were younger but not as handsome, was a perfect example. Then you had the IQ bell curve I believe that big Excel spreadsheet you made in banking when you were younger, but not as handsome, is a perfect example. Then you look at the IQ bell curve while out at the store at work or just looking around, you realize it's everybody. Yeah, no, the bankers, I don't care what their rank was or how many MBAs they had. These were dumb people. They were dumb people. They couldn't figure it out. I'm like, all you do, I even labeled it. You look on it and you enter it here, and then it spits it out. And of course, you remember the boss. He's dead now. I think I may just go piss on his grave. He's the one that complained about the shading of gray in the chart. His company, his bank's about to be shut down by the feds, and he's worried about the fucking color of gray in the chart. I'm sorry, boomers. I know there's some good ones out of you out there, but that's the shit I dealt with. And I'm sorry, my hatred of you will never go away. It will never go, especially when I consider the schools and the teachers. We have so many systems, so many processes and technology that are really smart person made, but everybody isn't them. And they keep fucking it up. The dude bros, the boomers, the teachers, your boss with a double-digit IQ, that slow fucking the left lane on the road, the idiot who forgets to torque your tire when they put it back on. Oh my God. Well, no, I wish they didn't torque it. It's over torquing. Me and my buddy were wrenching on his car, and he had to stand on the Allen bar, the wrench. Well, I was pulling up on it to get enough torque to get those bolts off. I have a number of like-minded friends who are just as smart, if not smarter than I am, and they all say the same thing. It shouldn't be this hard, but it is because no one realizes they're not Tony Stark. I understand people being dumb and doing dumb things, driving slow in the left lane. I get it. What I can't stand is, I guess we could be, this really is about the managerial class or the academic class or the government. You know, people are in positions of management, not necessarily power, but management. They're dumb, but they don't think they're dumb. And one of the greatest epiphanies I had is how people think popular is right. They do the popular thing, and they confuse that with being the correct thing. I don't mean morally or the right thing. I mean the thing that's going to fucking work. Those people, the dumb people with the ego who think they're really great and smart because they're popular or they're making the popular decision, that's what I can't stand. Because they fuck everything. Like all the people who said you should go to college, it's those people. They fucked up 3 generations of kids now. We can figure out socialism. It'll work. I know what we'll do. We'll lay everybody off and outsource it to India because number go up, bro. Those people. Let's replace metal oil pans with plastic ones. Suddenly it makes sense why people like Arthur Schopenhauer or other introverts and or really smart people live by themselves. They see it. They realize the average person is still back in the caveman days as far as the brains or even common sense go. I would even say society as a group takes on its own personality mentality, like mob think or group think. Not only can you not interact with the individuals, you can't deal with society. The process of going to Walmart, and I don't live in a major metro. It's still a pain in the ass. There's no traffic, but enough people drive like idiots, and it's hard getting to Walmart. And then you get to Walmart, and you're like, "Oh, we're out of this thing." And I grab another thing, and I go, "Oh, you need your ID because too many low IQ people decide to steal this shit." Or a bunch of worthless Karens who thought they were saving the world, preventing you from buying like a testosterone supplement or a creatine bottle. You need to have your ID. This is more Vegas than it is South Dakota. Yep, you're right. I'm eternally thankful I figured it out. I am nowhere near as much pain as I was when I was younger, where what am I doing wrong? Where I thought the fault was with me. This is a large reason why I wrote the book Curse of the High IQ and why everybody in my audience needs to get tested immediately so you know, oh, no, it isn't me. It's everyone else, and they're fucking morons. And that's not a statement of arrogance. That's a statement of description and fact. You low IQ, low IQ. I don't like you're mentally retarded. Okay, I don't hate. I don't know, or you're actually dumb. I don't. It's you midwits. It's you like 95 to 105 who just conform. You normies, conformies, and inferiors, right? I don't begrudge the kid who was born with a mental impairment. Obviously not. But I don't have some kid with Down syndrome lecturing me about how they know they're better because they vote Democrat and they care about the minorities and the children of the starving whales or whatever fucking bullshit it is. Right? A kid with Down syndrome never like lectured me about being evil. It's some solid 102 on a good day IQ fuck with their worthless patty cake play school college degree in the liberal arts that, oh my God, the journalism majors who are just as equally smart as me said, I said right and popular thing. You're a fascist. Fuck you. Tiring. Fucking tiring. And those people make it unlivable. Right? Baby boomers stopping in the middle of the aisle. They're not mentally impaired. They're just a 101 IQ. Oh my God, Patricia. Oh, hello, Karen. Oh my God, it's Charlie. Hello. Meanwhile, the rest of us like to, I don't know, get on with our lives, and they stop right there in the fucking main intersection, like this aisle and that aisle, the main aisles. That's where they have their art convention. They realize the average person is still back in the caveman days as far as their brains or even common sense go. The wheel is spinning, but the hamster is dead. Would like your thoughts if I'm onto something. Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, but and I kind of address it. And it's in the book cover. There's the little red guy way over here. And you're not wrong, but yeah, you are right. Suddenly it makes sense why people like Arthur Schopenhauer and other introverts and really smart people live by themselves. They see it. And it sucks, man, because the only thing you have in this world is other people, right? If you were to like take a mission to Mars, people are like, oh, send a man to Mars. No, they'll end themselves before they make it. You need other human beings. But the paradox of the tragedy that really intelligent people face is the average person just cannot keep up with them in conversation and observations. I mean, I'll tell you right now, the biggest problem I have very few problems, right? I'm thankful, eternally thankful. But man, in the real world, the internet, I got you guys and we make fun and we put, Dre comes in with his short jokes and we all poke fun at each other. It's a good time. But outside of that, oh my God, is it lonely? But I don't get worked up about it. I'm like, oh my God, what do I got to do? Because I tried it. Oh, meetup group this, meetup that. And I realized, oh, wait. I made a funny joke, but I got to wait 10 seconds for you to catch up to find out why that's funny. So I value my friends that I do have tremendously, especially if they can keep up hiking, which don't even get me started about that. But yeah, when on any Bell distribution curve, any variable, you're exceptionally tall, you're going to be lonely. You're exceptionally fast or impatient, which is your superior, obviously, you're going to be lonely. You're incredibly slow, you're going to be lonely. Everybody's average, everybody's common. And that's where I don't mean popular in the sense of like, oh my God, prom king or queen, though I guess that too. I mean, that's where everybody is. That's where the conformance is. That's where the critical mass is. And the whole thesis is that there's some economies to scale that have to be to serve the masses, right? You can't serve either tail. You got to serve the masses. And there's economic and societal and political inefficiencies for people on the ends, both smart and dumb. And you will be, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too tall, you're too short. You're really, you don't even speak the language, or you're a language purist and you correct everybody's grammar. Very lonely at those ends. And if you are smart, yes, you will. It is rare to find any kind of intellectual stimulation or intellectual equals. Oh, and by the way, to all you low IQ fucks or mid IQ fucks, like, you just think you're so smart, Dunning-Kruger effect, go get your IQ tested and get back to me. And yes, go fuck yourselves. Us smart people have had to deal with you conformist low IQ, mid IQ, popular fuckwits fucking all the shit up, waiting for you to like, hey, did you? I remember, I forgot what it was. Like, there was like rain coming in, and I'm hiking with a group of people, and I immediately deduced, like, we got to run down this hill now. And people are like, oh my God, it wasn't rain. It was something. And I just watched the group of people, like, their process to get to the conclusion. I got like that. Like, we better get off. I'm using this as it wasn't this, but like, before the lightning starts striking, we got to get down. And then they go, oh my God, we gotta get off the mountain. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm down here. You guys coming? Oh, I have a master's degree. I mean, what I really like is a guy like Scott Galloway. You know, I'm going to give Scott a 115 IQ. Hi, wait a second. Did you know men are being treated somewhat poorly? And, we got to factor in men. Oh, thank you, Mr. Galloway. Welcome to the party, pal. You think so? Huh? And I don't know where AI and private equity is getting their investors, but you investors are some of the dumbest fucks out there. Like, oh my God, you got to give them another $100 billion? When do you expect a profit from these things? But see, I can't get angry. I can't get upset because it ain't going to, me getting angry at them isn't going to boost their IQ to make them awake the fuck up. Oh, hey, wait a second. There's no profit here. But numbers go up. Price to sales, bro. EBITDA, bro. Oh, when I am king, I'm going to create EBITDA Island. I'm going to ship all you people there. And then all of a sudden we won't know what happens. They'll be like, what happened to EBITDA Island? I don't know. Dude, wouldn't that be fun? EBITDA Island, like one of them TV reality shows. Just a bunch of fucking 102 IQ bros with no fucking resources on an island. Good luck. Bro, like we should have like synergies and leverage our algorithms, bro. Yeah, no, it sucks being aberrant in any significant statistical regard. I imagine tall girls. I've dated a lot of tall girls. They're very lonely. You could date a short guy, Whoa, it's not get crazy now. Well, you could date a short guy. Oh God. Yes, you're a tall, pretty girl, but you got an IQ of 98, so never mind. And there's nothing to do. What do? Right? To maintain, you need both, but dealing with humanity is a source of tremendous pain and psychological frustration. And so you really got to curate your friends and make sure that these are good people. And then even then you're just kind of like, okay, and enough of hanging out with you. I think over a long enough period of time, you will learn to enjoy the solitude. I think Coach Greg Adams has done that. I think his arch rivals, Rich Cooper, have done that. I've done that. But then, man, this is why I love my poker buddies, because they're such good, I won't ever say it, but they're incredibly intelligent people, and they're good people too. But man, that's why in Vegas, yeah, I'm by myself most of the time. I just go and, yeah, it's lonely, but it's better than being pained and frustrated by stupid conversation. I think over time, especially once you guys get over, I think both men and women, because of your genetics, you're duped into pursuing the opposite sex. Or not duped, you're compelled to, and you should in some regards. But you don't realize, like, you're going and fishing into the average IQ hole, and it's really painful. But once you get over that and you're like, I don't need this frustration and aggravation in my life, and then you just kind of go and do your own thing. Like, you've done it, you've tried it, you tried to go to Popular Fest, you try to do current thing, and you're like, I don't want to have anything to do with this ever again. And then you're like, wow, so that's what the real world offers. I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm going to go do my own thing and to avoid pain, to avoid dealing with you. Dude, I would You know how much money I would pay to never have to deal with customer service again? Or like just to get, if you could guarantee the car parts I get to whatever, fix my vehicles worked, and I never had, oh my God. Once you spend enough time with humans, like, yeah, you know what? The last half or quarter or third of my life, I'm just going to be quiet and in peace. It'll be quiet and enjoyable. And, thank God, this is why Arthur Schopenhauer went walking every day. But could you imagine living in his time? There was no internet community, right? Like, we're so lucky. At least we have each other digitally in terms of conversations. You can listen to whatever podcast you want. I can hang out with Jack Napier and pick on him. He can pick on me. Me and Vince can exchange gay jokes. And how I rarely hang out with, if ever, hung out with these people in person. But at least we got this. Like, could you imagine? In one way, it's an incredible renaissance of content. Content creation is its own renaissance, where you get to have conversations. Everyone has a talk radio show, everyone has a podcast, and you can find the exact thing you want to talk, people to talk about, you find interesting. But in your own personal life, oh yeah, I mean, it's no different than looking up pretty girls on the internet. Like, that's only on the internet, but you're not going to get it in the real world. See, the reason that's funny and the reason that was clever is because I'm very intelligent, and only intelligent people with a bit of a dour personality and sense of humor will get it. And I know now, you normies, see, the way to tell if you're a normie is you're offended by everything, because you just ain't got the intellectual chops. You ain't got the philosophical depth. Everything's insulting. Oh my God, Chicago Bears talked about my Minnesota Vikings. Right. I think that's the uniform of the conformist, is another man's jersey. I think that is. I think it is. And oh my God, I appreciate the good game, but oh my God, everyone just wasting their lives watching fucking sports. Fuck. Oh, what do you know? I'm going to go for a hike. I'm going to listen to some Critical Drinker and some Echo Chamberlain. Echo Chamberlain, he's on, and Laser Pig, right? A lot of times I disagree with these guys, but you want a fun intellectual time? Go watch Laser Pig or Echo Chamberlain. And Echo Chamberlain is a lefty. Let's go to anyway. Link below is my book, Curse of the High IQ. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. I don't have it here. Take a look at it. Seriously, guys, if you need to, go to queendom.com, take your IQ test. Don't slack off. Don't be lazy about it. By the way, it's timed. So if you want to practice up a couple IQ test, questions, so you understand the type of questions they're asking. Like, oh, that's the question they're asking. Go take the Queendom IQ test, see where your IQ is. I'm going to say if you're like 115 or higher, yeah, you might want to go pick up the book Curse of the High IQ, because you're in a minority. A hated minority. Like, you think you're better than me? I'm not better. I'm just smarter. There's a difference. Can your 103 IQ mind understand that concept? Why do you have to be so arrogant? Because you believe in EQ, because you're not that smart. Maybe you are that smart, but you're also so lazy. That's why you majored in journalism, and you believe in astrology, Myers-Briggs, and EQ. Can you do some math? Can you point north right now? Can you tell me when Ronald Reagan was president? You can't? Shut the fuck up. Dre, $2. Cappy's too short to have a low IQ or be dumbed down. See, Dre's smart. Dre doesn't have a joke book. He doesn't. He just comes up with these on his own. That's why comedians that are funny have incredibly high IQs. Uber Noob, $5. I know people are objectively smart but stupid about women. Yeah, you run into your autist groups, or they're laser focused on one thing, and they are absent and fail in others. Absolutely. One guy's fat, keeps getting cheated on, doesn't know why. Many will die confused. Yeah. There's street smarts, then there's book smarts, there's actual intelligence, and then there's autism. And I do mean that sincerely, where you are not picking up on anything else. Like, yeah, you got a super high IQ, and you could do one thing if you focus on it very well. but that isn't necessarily intelligence. That's a mental disorder or a mental impairment or disadvantage, whatever you want to call it. Chad Twizzler stroke $5 had a coworker say you need to borrow money to enjoy hobbies in life. Then he asked another coworker for money for gas and he'd pay him back on payday. There's your liberal arts major with your 98 IQ. Maybe is it a teacher? No joke. Go look up which college majors have the lowest IQs. Education majors. You got the dumbest people teaching your kids, but at least you don't have to take care of your kids or homeschooling, right? At least it's free babysitting. For you normies, let me know if you're having trouble keeping up with all these observations. I know I could slow it down. Potato sauce, 3 Australian. It's lonely at the top, but the view is great. That's a good way of putting it. That's the previous point I was going to make. Thank God I'm not confused anymore. Like, I figured it out now. I got the roadmap. When you're young, you're 13, you're a fucking idiot. What did I do? Am I an idiot? Your teachers give you C's and D's because they're miserable. They're teachers. Well, I'm just dumb. I'm just stupid. And then you realize everyone is a fucking moron. Literally. No, it's not arrogance. It's not. And then you're no longer confused. And then you get depressed. I'm sure there's like something similar to the stages of grief. And then you're like, wait, there's no one else like this? Do I got to move to Asia? You start looking up. Where's the highest IQ? Japan and China, by the way. Singapore as well. 105. Yes, I know Norway and Sweden and Finland. You guys all have high IQs too, but you guys fucking suck. Fuck you. I don't like socialism or the snow. Shut up. DigiNomad, 2 Canadian. He says, imagine betting 1 million on Kamala. Derp, hashtag Scott. Did Scott bet $1 million on Kamala? Real, $2. Loneliness is subjective. What it is isolating. You spend enough time with people, you will appreciate just you time. You will. When you're younger, I understand, especially when you leave home, it sucks. Very intimidating even. But over enough time, you're like, oh, fuck this shit. No, just go the fuck away. It's like, why can't humans not suck? Why can't humans be interesting? Why can't you go and do fun things? I mean, look, okay. I'll give you another instance, not Reen, Shark. The video I did where I talked about, if Christian women wish to end the prawn epidemic among the Christian men, if they lost weight and fucked their husbands regularly, that would go down. And the reaction was just so normie conforming or knee-jerk reaction where, oh my God, well, you're the demon talking. I'm like, what? That Christian men and women should be attractive and go have babies? What the fuck are you talking about? And it was just literally watching monkeys throw feasts like they're it's like in a zoo. They're in the cage or the glass viewing area. And I threw a banana in there. They all went ape shit, pun intended. And they're throwing their feces at me. It's just splattering up against the window. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? All they did was say, here's a banana. I'm sorry if you're in the 104'sville where you think sex is bad or demonic or satanic. I'm sorry you're in the 104 IQ world where you believe in these literature or these scripture books, like to the letter, to the point, it makes you dysfunctional in the real world. Quoting fucking Bible verses, putting on your own interpretation, contradicting other people, putting their own spin on their own Bible verse. Get the fuck out of here with this ping pong Christian bullshit. Reen, $5. Those who refuse to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Those who learn from history are doomed to watch others repeat it. Reen, there, I like that, Reen. I like that. Uber noob, $5. I had to learn to calm down about dumb people. Yeah, you can't. You're not going to change it. It's that instinctive. This is the guy 20,000 years ago who steps on a twig in a hunt, so we all starve. It is. It is. This is a guy 20,000 years ago who steps on a twig in a hunt, so we all starve. It is that guy. It really is. And, you need humanity to get by, right? To survive. That's why I'm a minimalist. Yeah, okay, save the money, but I don't want to, like, all the shit don't work, man. You all fuck shit up, and I got to do it myself. And I'm legit. If you do your own shit, build your own house, rely on people the least amount possible, you're going to come out ahead financially. Chad Twizzler, a stroke, $2. You need to buy the bearskin hoodie, bro. I know. I need to get the bearskin hoodie, or that shirt that made fat guys look less fat, and didn't get a single one of you laid anymore. Although their commercials were clever. Johnson, get in here! My God, man. Uber noob, $5. Just remember, if it weren't for dude bros working 60 hours a week for decades trying to pay car loans, mortgages, or alimony, we'd all have to work harder. No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't, because now all they know how to do is cut cost, bro. Cut quality, bro. Shit don't work subscription service, bro. They're fucking up the products that we would need to normally live. Lord Scrumptious, $2. Can't be so smart. He gets paid to blow off steam. I do. Potato sauce, 8 Australian. I did a queendom test, got 130 with no prep. Should I take it again? Okay, here's the thing with queendom. All right. If you did no prep, like, yeah, obviously if you study, you're going to have a higher score. And when's the last time you took a test, right? When I took my first test, I was fresh out of college, so I was used to taking tests. I got like a 136 or 138. Then later on, I took it again in my late 20s. I got a 141. But if I try to take it again now without, like, I know there's like pattern recognition and all that, but because it's time, like, okay, if you freshened up, I think if you're old enough, you could freshen up a little bit. Let's remember, what was the quadratic equation again? That kind of shit. Because you want to know what you're capable of, all right? You wouldn't like take 2 decades off from boxing and then hop in the ring brand new. So I think you could train up. But don't take the test beforehand and then take it again. That just means you remember the answers. Should you take it again? If you want. But I'm going to say you're definitely above 130 on the queendom test. Let's say 140. But subtract 8, because if you want to have the official, you got to subtract 8 out of queendom to have it align exactly with the official IQ test, which, though I say the official IQ test is not anywhere near administered as much as the queendom one is, because queendom is free. And I would argue the queendom test is more authentic because they've had hundreds of millions by now of people take it. I think that's way more statistically mapped onto reality than the other one. But I think both are valid. But yeah, you're up there, potato sauce. You know how you can tell if you're really intelligent? When you want to murder people because they're so fucking slow and stupid. Lord Scrumptious, $2. At Uber Noob, weird how all these guys disappeared. Lord Scrumptious, again, $2. There's no room for slow, weak, sad. Cheers, Cappy. Thank you, Lord Scrumptious. All right, link below is Curse of the High IQ. Please subscribe to Shark's channel. You can look it up. Shark Toz, T-O-Z. And now that we're all very angry, you want to listen to some of his videos and chill the fuck out. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.